Good morning, Facebook people and social media world. Been up for a couple hours making sure that I'm ready for the day, putting my post-its out and getting my calendar ready for the day, taking care of payroll and invoices and just seeing what I've got to do, making sure I'm going to kick today off right. There were some things that I wanted to talk about. One, in the next few days, I'm going to be doing a video on the Star of Bethlehem. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. The documentary, The Star of Bethlehem. My mom showed it to me. It's a little outdated, 2007. That's weird to say. I was born in 1985. Anyway, but the backing of it, like my higher power, my God, is like really, really science-based. So this movie was like on point. And in time entwines the spirit of Christmas, because I feel like people have kind of backed away from the God thing, and I do feel like churches like the chapel and the vineyard are kind of rooting for, good choices and what the Bible and all that stands for, but this is just really, really good stuff. Anyway, today I wanted to give some shout outs to some people that have helped me, because the past year and a few weeks has been extremely trying. I've been sober for almost 10 years and I've never experienced anything like this. Even like the loss of my father was maybe a shade lighter than this. Because when people are like alive, and I guess misbehave is a word to say lightly, maybe don't do what you want to do, right? So it's like my fault, essentially. We get pissed, right? Whether it be on the road or it's like in a relationship, it's like, So I'm sitting here this morning and I'm writing down all the stuff I got to do, right? And I'm like, no, let me think of all the people that have helped me, right? From the jump. Last year, when I was getting ready to do our first kind of impromptu move, and all the people that came, right? All the people that came and helped us. I mean, tons of people helped us, buying some of our stuff since we were downsizing from a 6,000 square foot house to an 800 foot apartment in the middle of winter. All the people, Corey and Angela and all these people that helped move us from one place to another. Austin Zapala and your crew of people that helped me move for like next to nothing. You guys didn't even ask me for anything. You saw what was going on and you guys were there. Right? But the humble pie continues. Right? Losing my contract with a broker dealer. Stunning. Broke my heart. Right? And yes, a lot of savages went after my book of business and made it look like something that it wasn't, just to make themselves eat. And it's life, right? That's human. But there were a lot of people that stuck by me. A lot of my clients that stuck by me. Robin Eaton Novak, I don't know. She's believed in me for like 10 years. I don't even know why. Because when I met her, I don't even know what she saw in me. But she's helped me so much get through life and business and emotional crap, and she's just this hot lady that's like wicked smart, and I want to be just like her. Anyway, Jen Nolly, right? Ben's old speech therapist. She has always been so supportive of my businesses, and likewise, right? She is so adorable. And the most recent thing that she's doing is Melaleuca. When I was an undergrad, my biggest thing was like conservation of natural resources. We have to keep this world good for ourselves and for our kids. And one way that we did that, besides eating vegan, right, because it costs a lot of energy to mass produce the cows and the crap that we're eating, above and beyond like genetically engineered food and things like that, it did talk about like our daily stuff that we use, right? Soaps and detergents and things like that. And they talked about using like one bottle and maybe powder or a more condensed formula so that we could just add water ourselves, right? Reduces the amount of, items being transported, whatever. And it just reduced a lot of cost of engineering and manufacturing and transportation and all that stuff. It led us to be able to do it on our own at home and reduces our footprint exponentially, right? So shout out to Jen and Melaleuca. Now, then there's Rick. Rick understood me when I said Melaleuca. Rick is like Chris, who I'll get to next, that I met when I came down here. When I moved my boys down here and I didn't have a dime. I'd been living off my savings for a year, my retirement, my investments, and here I come to Florida and I meet these two angels. Both drive me crazy. Rick is like, oh my God, I want to be just like this guy. What? He walks around owning like some of the craziest, biggest businesses. And oh no, that's not just it. Then he like just talks about wanting to open up more businesses. And I'm like, this is so cool. But not only that, dude is so humble. What? He drives a Buick, and a nice one. I think it's a Buick. Regardless, he is so cool. And he's so like kind to people. He reminds me of my cousin Tim in Atlanta or Georgia or whatever. They're just so good to people. They really treat everyone like family. And I hope someone says that about me someday. Because these people, like, that's what business and economy and commerce should be all about. Right? Like, that's where we came from. Is being family-like with so many people that we just love them. So, anyway, Chris Clark, aka Superman, that owns Therapeutic Elements Center of Massage Therapy here in Palm Harbor, was like the first person I met. And, same sort of thing. I think his big thing is his connection with people, and he's got a very strong karmatic energy. So whatever he puts out there, he gets. And we met like the first day I was here, and, he trusted me with his business and to do some marketing, and I thought that was so great. I loved learning about him and all the different people at his center. His center is like a very magical small business. So if you're looking for a massage or a gift certificate for Christmas, it's not too late. The list goes on and on here, but even like back home, people would be like, do you have family in Florida? I'm like, kinda, like I have family everywhere, I guess. We're all like part of the human race, which makes it really cool when you think of it like that, because you've got unlimited resources everywhere you go. Some people aren't going to like it. Those aren't people that I want to be around with anyway. Remember the whole keep your 2 cents, you're going broke anyway theme, right? So there's this lady named Venus down here, right? She's done everything for us. When we first moved here, she helped us transition so much. And yesterday I looked at her. She came over with like a whole bunch of chicken and like food and stuff. And I looked at her, and even though I told her I don't eat meat, and she's just so sweet because she knows that I'll cook it and give it to everybody else. I was like, Venus, we are so grateful for you. We are so grateful for you. And she looked at me and was like, Jessica, if it wasn't me, God would have used somebody else. Drop the mic, Venus. Drop the mic. My biggest lesson, my biggest gift the past year has been humility, right? Doesn't matter how many businesses I have. Doesn't matter how hot or not hot I am. Doesn't matter how many kids I have, where I've been in this world, what things I own. If I'm happy or not happy, if I'm exercising, eating right, all that's great, right? It's good stuff. But if I'm not humble, all of that doesn't even matter, right? The motivation, the intention, the spiritual connectedness with myself and everyone else around me is gone. So everything else, the value of it is depleted. We want to talk about ROIs and rate of returns on profit and things like that. That's a big deal, right? That beats profit. I've seen it. I see it in people like Rick. I see it in people like Chris and Venus. And all these people that get a rate of return that's invisible. But I know they get it. I know we get it because we do it and we keep doing it because it feels good. You know, people look at philanthropists like all these quadbillionaires that have all this money and give it away. It's not taxes. It's not they did A to get B. They gave it all away. They gave it all away, and naturally, it's a natural law that you get it back tenfold. I have come from nothing, and I don't have a lot, but I have more than I did. Every year I have more than I did, in spite of anything. In spite of anything. It is an unshakable, unbreakable, natural law. And no matter what anybody does to me, takes from me, steals from me, it's still going to work. So, Merry Christmas.